Right, hello everybody, welcome back to The Golden Sky. Today it is Wednesday the 19th of November 2025. I'm Tom, and in today's video we've got a bit of a special one for you. Today we're going to be doing a retro watch along to fill up this international break with something football related. And it's going to be the 1986 FA Cup final, Liverpool against Everton, one of Liverpool's most famous ever games. Only the fifth side ever to win the double, the league and the cup double at the time. A huge game. So we're going to look at that game. Now, I've discussed on earlier videos, I'm not allowed to show video footage of this game. However, I have watched the game this morning and I have been through and taken screenshots of anything that was interesting in the game. That's both football related and sprinkle of non-football related things as well, which I thought was interesting. So we're going to go through them just like we normally would on a tactics video, but it's going to be a little bit of tactics, more just enjoying the spectacle and seeing what we can see from a game that's almost 40 years old. If that doesn't make you feel old, I don't know what will, if you watch this game live. So if you are joining me here on YouTube today, please do click the like button. Let's try and get to 20 likes for this special international break video. Hit subscribe as well, guys. Trying to get to 250. So anyone who clicks subscribe and helps me get closer, much appreciated. And comment away what you think of the game, what you think of the video. Let me know if you want to see more of this type of video. I can do more when Liverpool have less games. If there's any other retro games people want me to watch, I can replicate this again. If you listen on the podcast, thank you very much, but you might want to come to the YouTube due to the visuals that we've got today for you as well. So, should we get into it and start looking at this game? I think we should. So, let's do it. All right, so starting things off here with the pre-game antics. Now, what you'll notice here, we've got someone, I don't know this person's name here, but they are some sort of member of the royal family, apparently. They did say on the commentary, I can't remember. We've also got the royal guards doing their usual business. And she's just meeting the players. But I thought this was a funny photo. It's King Kenny, player-manager of this game, by the way, introducing this random royal to Alan Hansen, who shakes her hand with a nice smile, almost a smirk, really. And then just Jan Molby. You can't quite see him, he's underneath me, but he's about to be next introduced. I just thought this was quite funny. I think this is Steve Nichols' head here as well, just behind Kenny. I just thought it was funny that they do this. The Royals would come onto the pitch and shake hands with all the players. Can you imagine, like, I don't know. Who's even a Royal these days? I don't even know. Anyway, let's move on. So here's the starting 11. I'll do both teams. So Bruce Grobbelaar in the net. If you're not familiar with Liverpool from this era or the players, I'll go through them now. Hopefully this helps if you're a younger fan, or maybe you just haven't looked into this era too much. But we've got Bruce Grobbelaar in the net, Steve Nichols at right back with Mark Lawrenson and Al Hansen at centre backs. You probably know all of those. Jim Beglin at left back. He sometimes does the commentary for Liverpool games and just generally football games. Craig Johnston's at right midfield. It's right midfield, it's not right wing because it's a 4-4-2. Jan Molby and Kevin McDonald? One of the players I'm not that familiar with in the middle. I think it's Kevin McDonald. Ronnie Whelan sort of on the left midfield, but by no means a winger. Dalglish and Rush up front, with Dalglish sort of just off Rush. What a team. I mean, what a team that is. So let's look at Everton's team as well. Now, not as familiar personally with a lot of these players, but you might recognise some of them. So we've got Mims in the net with Stevens, Ratcliffe, Mountfield. He was the captain for Everton. And the commentator did say in this game that he passed himself fit after he's had fluid in his knee all week. And he just passed himself fit. Just something that I thought was funny at this era. There's a lot of different things going on. Can you imagine a player passing themselves fit now? Well, it just wouldn't happen. Got Van der Hoor, or Van der Hey, or I don't know how to say this fella's name, at left back. Love that they just put his first name, a couple of it in lowercase letters. Love that from the graphic team. We've got Stephen at right midfield. This is Peter Reid in the middle. You probably know Peter Reid, with Bracewell and Sheedy on the left midfield. And then you might know the strikers. We've got Lineker and Sharp up front. Gary Lineker, of course, everyone knows Gary Lineker, scored 39 goals coming into this game in 1986, and I think transferred to Barcelona right after. He was very good. So, that's the teams, and this is the first clip. Now, I will say, disclaimer before I go further into this. What you'll notice straight away is this big, massive play button on the screen. Unfortunately, there was no way for me to take screenshots of the game without that being on. So, I'm sorry, it's there. Get over it. You know what I mean? You're going to have to deal with it, guys. You'll forget about it once we go through, I promise. But let's just look at the scene as we kick off. The pitch, you can see already, is a mess. This is Wembley, the best pitch there is. It's a mess. Right? I think it's Wembley anyway. I'm sure it was played at Wembley. They didn't actually specify, but I'm sure it is. We've got a red carpet randomly. I presume this was for the Royal to walk onto when she came onto the pitch. Just joins right up with the pitch. The benches are over here as well. And then we've got, obviously, non-electronic advertising hoardings. And at this point in time in the game, the crowd were all chanting, "Are you watching Manchester?" Which I thought was dead funny as well. All of them, Liverpool and Everton, all chanting it. I thought that was great. So we kick off with Everton. This is immediately how the game kicks off. Now, one thing I wanted to point out to you all in this game is the pace of the game is extremely fast. I mean, extremely fast, especially compared to what we see now. Both sides basically take no time over set pieces. There's pretty much very non-existent or very little playing out from the back. It doesn't happen very much at all. There's no passing around the back just for possession's sake. It's extremely direct. Get the ball forward. Not always with long balls, but get the ball forward, get attacks on goal. That's pretty much the memo from both sides. So the ball comes straight, it went straight forward and then straight back, and that was a challenge immediately between Craig Johnston and the Everton left back here. The ball goes back forward, now there's a header. Here we see Jan Molby in the middle with an absolutely amazing head of hair. I mean, just look at that head of hair. Also, the images, obviously, guys, this is old. They are screenshots. It's not amazing, so bear with me, or bear with the footage. Liverpool win the header. It comes down to Kenny Dalglish. Now, he showed his class in this game. He is 35 years old in this game. He's player manager, and he still plays brilliantly in this game. He really does. Doesn't show up what he does, but I watched it this morning. He was so good. And also, Liverpool made no subs in this match, 0, and Everton made their 1 sub. All of these players played every single minute, and they were going full pelt the entire game. It's mad to watch when you see now. If Kenny Dalglish was playing now, 35 years old, there's no chance he'd last a full game. No way. He'd be brought off after an hour. But in this game, he's absolutely sound. He could have played another game afterwards. That's the fitness of these players. That's why I find it hard to blame when Liverpool nowadays say, "Oh yeah, we're tired because we played 3 games in 7 days." I mean, come on. Dalglish knocks the ball out wide. Here comes Nickel with the first tackle of the game. Oh, excuse me, I've not zoomed out on this one. Plays the ball down to Craig Johnston. Gets onto it. You see how direct it is. This is straight from kickoff. We've got an attack down the right wing. Nothing comes of it. But I wanted to just point out the directness of the game. Straight from kickoff, there's challenges, there's balls going down the wing. There's no settled play to settle into the game. It's straight away. Now, put this one in because I thought it was quite funny. Everton get a free kick here. As you can see, the referee in amazing referee attire, by the way. And also, this was the ref's last game of his career, the commentator said, which I thought was interesting. Alan Hansen going up for a header, wins it, free kick given. And then this Evertonian, this is Sharp, decides, you know what, I don't want this balloon on the pitch anymore. And he picks it up and he goes to pop it. He's squeezing the thing, goes to pop it, right? Couldn't pop it, just throws it in the air. I thought that was hilarious. Just throws it, so dramatic. Just, get out of it. I just thought that was worth putting in. I thought it was funny. And then we take the free kick. You can see the balloon in this 1 pixel here. They take the free kick. They do... It's quite interesting. They did a little, like, touch and shot. We see that nowadays still. Obviously, that's not a new thing. And I think this is Stephen comes up to have a shot. The ball just goes directly up in the air. Just straight up. in the air and out for a goal kick. It really made me laugh just how bad that free kick was from Everton there. Now, this is a throw-in for Liverpool. We're going to rattle through these, obviously, guys, as we go through the footage here. But this is a throw-in. Steve Nicol taking the throw. Comes into Dalglish. Now, when you watch Liverpool take a throw-in these days, it's the most difficult thing in the world. No messing around there. Nicol gets the ball straight away. Throws it in. No time wasting. Dalglish sets it back to Nicol first time. There was a lot of first-time play, especially from Liverpool in this game. Really good to see. Like the quality of the players. It's not all just lumping it forward. They actually did have a lot of quality. And you'll see that, especially as the game goes on. So Nicol gets onto it. First time again. Plays a ball now over the top. And you can just see, just here, there's a little splodge of red colouring. This is Craig Johnston, who was really good in this game, by the way. Loads of energy. Making a run forward. Here he comes. Appears into the box. Great ball by Nicol. And he almost flicks it in, but a good block by, this is Mountfield, the Everton captain, coming across and making the block. But a really nice bit of play from the throw-in, I thought. And these are the type of things that I thought was worth putting in for you all. And also just a little advertisement there on the side for Mornflake Oats, just in case you wanted to buy your Mornflake Oats. And just some fellas sat by the edge of the pitch. Now we've got Everton on the ball. This is I think this is, what's his name? The fella next to Peter Reid in the middle. I can't remember his name. It began with a B. On Bracewell on the ball. And I put this in because of the pressure of Liverpool. You see here a real intense press on the ball. Now, this didn't happen all game, but I just thought it was interesting to put things in like this, where you can see things that are really talked about in today's game as like this tactical revelation or whatever. This is happening in 1986. Look at the pressure on the ball here from Liverpool. Look at this intensity of the press. No subs, remember, at all. No holes cut in socks. No tape on players' muscles. Just fellas out there running around, making tackles. And here comes the pressure onto the Bracewell. He goes into the middle. Now Jan Molby's applying the pressure. This is Peter Reid. Jan Molby's right on him. You can see Rush is helping out. Everybody's super eager to get in. They play the ball long. Alan Hansen's there. Wins it off Lineker. The ball eventually goes wide from Hansen's clearance. And this is Stevens on the ball. Now you can see more pressure from Ronnie Whelan this time. Right on it. Look at the intensity of everybody. It comes inside again. I think this is Sharp. Flicks it on. And now Peter Reid gets it, and Jan Molby absolutely reduces him, completely destroys him. I mean, just, you can't quite tell from this image. This is the best one I could get. He destroys Peter Reid here. This is probably, well, it's at least a yellow card. It probably could have been red in today's game. He clatters him. And in this game, not a single yellow card given out by the referee. Not a single one. And it wasn't the most dirty game in the world, but can you imagine that now? I thought that was really funny. And then even funnier, this is Peter Reid after the challenge, and I managed to get this one without the play button because they zoomed in. But this is Peter Reid after that tackle, sporting a bit of a Fred West vibe about him. I don't know. He looks absolutely fuming, and he also looks 95 years old. I mean, can you imagine this face looking at you on the football pitch? He's like something out of a horror movie. Can you imagine just doing that tackle to him? I wouldn't go near him for the rest of the game. Oh my God, not a chance. He's fuming. Right. Now, Liverpool on the ball at the back. Interesting thing to note about this game. The pass-back rule has not yet been invented. You can pass the ball back to your goalkeeper and they pick it up. Right? And this happened constantly. I can't stress that enough. Constantly throughout the game for both sides. That pass-back law is the best law to ever come into football, except for maybe offside. I think it might be better because literally every second pass goes back to the goalkeeper, who then kicks it long out the hands almost every time. You'd even at times get pass-backs from players in midfield who are under a little bit of pressure and they just boot it back to their own goal and the keeper will pick it up. It's astounding how much they passed it back. But what we see here, also like this as well, goalkeepers, they only have a goalkeeper shirt. The shorts and socks are just the same. It's the same for Everton's keeper, Mims, as well. They just have a different coloured top. Didn't bother making them different coloured shorts or socks. Love to see that. But yes, here we go. Mark Lawrenson on the ball for Liverpool. Plays it to Alan Hansen, who clearly in this game was the best defender on the ball. Clearly, head and shoulders above anybody else. If he played in today's game, he would be worth £100 million without a shadow of a doubt. I've seen players like Dean Howson get hyped up and go to Real Madrid because he can play out from the back, and he's a good young talent, absolutely. It's mad how Hansen is doing this type of thing on these pitches in these environments 40 years earlier. Brilliant in this game, he really was. Plays the ball into midfield, and what we're seeing here is a little bit of Liverpool baiting a press. That's right, everybody. It's happened in 1986. We're baiting a bit of a press. You see, we're trying to draw Peter Reid on. This is Kevin McDonald in the middle. Going to go back to Hansen. We're just playing with the ball. This is a rare moment where Liverpool built up from the back, really tried to play with the ball. See, we're baiting the press on. Everton sort of pressing in. You can see everyone sort of dropping into the middle now. Alan Hansen strides into the middle. Just strides in. Plays it wide to Jim Beglin, who had a nice left foot on him, I've got to say, in this game. He had a decent left foot. And now we see Kenny. So Everton have pressed up. Everyone's nice and high, centered on the ball. And we just see Dalglish just come off that front line into the middle, looking for the ball. He was excellent at this. Look at this touch from Dalglish. Beglin plays in the ball, uses his body, just turns away from the pressure, receives the ball on the back foot, and he's away. He was absolutely quality in this game, Dalglish. Quality. 35 years old, player manager. Receives the ball on the back foot, turns away from the pressure, and opens up the entire game. And what you'll see here is Ian Rush on the last line of the defence. Not the best defensive line from Everton in the world. And if Dalglish played this ball better, he actually overhits it. He slips Rush through here, and we score because Rush doesn't miss. The ball goes through, Dalglish does play it, but he overhits it, and it goes to the goalkeeper. You can see Rushy almost there, able to pick it up. But just brilliant play. It was really good to see a passing move with Dalglish, the fulcrum of it, turning it from defence to attack. Made me think, God, I wish we could see Florian Wirtz doing this for Liverpool in today's day and age. Maybe one day. Maybe it'll come soon. Now, Everton on the ball again here at the left-back position. We've got a decent bit of pressure from Steve Nicol, a bit of a high press going on again. The ball does come into the middle, though. They get onto it. Here, Bracewell on the ball. Peter Reid in the middle. He's about to receive it. They beat Liverpool's line of press here. There's the two midfielders for Liverpool, McDonald and Molby with Whelan on the left. And I've left this in because Peter Reid has the ball here, right? And he wants to play this forward to Lineker or Sharp. But this is Liverpool's defence. Look how high they are. This really, really shocked me because I did not think teams played like this back in the day. I expected Liverpool to be really deep when we don't have the ball. But look how high they are. This is Barcelona levels of high line. Everybody except Jim Beglin basically in Everton's half. Sharp's offside. He's actually running back towards the halfway line to try and get onside. Lineker's timed his run a little bit better. He's onside at the minute, but Reid can't find him. And this attack gets played into nothing. I thought it was really interesting playing offside so high, having such a high line in this day and age. Now we see Jan Molby on the ball. For me, he was man of the match of this game. When I watched it this morning, he was unbelievable in this game. He just controlled everything. He was so good. 22 years old he is in this game. 22, so he's younger than me. I'm 23. He's 6'1". He tackled everything that moved. At one point, the commentators said, at times, he is called a one-man Viking army. That's not what I've made for him. The commentator said, at the time of playing the game, fans were calling him a one-man Viking army because of how combative he was in the middle. So that doesn't sum it up, his performance. He's one of the only players in this game who constantly looked like they had time on the ball and looked to pass it. Brilliant performance from Jan Molby. The Greeters Guild would be proud. Okay, so what does Jan Molby do? Well, he plays the ball into Dalglish. And now, believe it or not, this is actually Everton's goal. They go 1-0 up in this game, and Dalglish gives the ball away here. Receives the ball, not really under much pressure, and tries to play a little first-time ball into Johnston, but gets it completely wrong, hits it straight to Peter Reid. And let me tell you something about this goal that I thought was interesting. This is no... I don't want to start, like, beef here, or criticism, or comparison, or whatever, but I just thought something to note. Dalglish gives this ball away, and as a result, Everton score. Okay, now obviously Liverpool going to win this game. Dalglish is one of our best ever, well, probably our best ever player, blah, blah, blah. But if Mo Salah gave that ball away in the same way, just think how you would react if that happened and Everton scored. Would you be crying for Mo Salah to come out of the team? Because I think a lot of Liverpool fans would be. And I think that criticism is totally unfair. This is Kenny Dalglish doing it right here. I just thought that was interesting to put in the video. You know, everyone makes mistakes, even the best ever players, Kenny Dalglish. So, Peter Reid, brilliant ball from him, finds Lineker over the top. Lineker, absolutely deadly here, one of the fastest players in the world at the time, according to the commentator today on the game. Alvin Hansen desperately trying to get back. Here comes Bruce out his net. Actually makes a great save from Lineker, saves it. But Lineker gets on the rebound and puts it into the net. And Gravelar almost saved this one as well, but Lineker puts it in the net. And as you can see, Everton go 1-0 up. Things looking good for the Blue Noses at this point. What advertisements have we got over here? We've got the World Cup programme. It was about to be a World Cup year. And Rumbelows. Christ only knows what Rumbelows is, honestly. If you know what Rumbelows is, comment it below. More Everton stuff in this first half. And I actually thought Everton were the better side in the first half of this game. Liverpool didn't really get going. But here's Peter Reid again, who was actually really, really good. Surprised me how good he was in this first half. On the ball. Here he is, look. About to play a crossfield pass. And what you'll see again, look how high Liverpool's defence is. Look at this. This is insane. Look at the defensive line. Everybody's offside. Peter Reid's basically upon them. All these Everton players are offside. The play that is it Sheedy? He plays the ball to. I think it's Kevin Sheedy plays the ball to on the left wing. He's offside. We defend this attack perfectly. But again, you're seeing just how adventurous Liverpool's defensive line was. I thought it was really interesting. Okay, so into the second half now. Liverpool kicking the other way now, obviously. Trying to get back in the game. Okay, Brucey Gravelar gets the ball in his hands, just caught across. Now, just watch this. Launches this thing from a throw. Now, I knew Gravelar could throw it far, but look how far he throws this. Throws it almost to the halfway line, pinpoint, straight onto Ian Rush, who holds it up brilliantly, by the way. Look at the pitch now, by the way, starting to get destroyed in the middle. It gets worse by the end of the game as well. Look how bad it is. Rush holds it up well, plays it into the middle. I think this is Ronnie Whelan. Gets onto it, plays the ball to Jan Molby. Here's Molby. And now, what we're seeing is Everton doing the same thing that Liverpool did in the first half. A really, really high line. And they all, as soon as Jan Molby gets this ball, sprint forward to lead Dalglish offside. How interesting is that? That is really, really interesting to see that this was happening so long ago. Molby plays the ball to Dalglish, but he's offside. And you see, all the Everton players have their hands up because they know they've just tried to intentionally play offside. I just thought that was really... I couldn't get over how interesting I thought that was. But there we go. Everton again here on the ball. And I thought this advertisement was funny. Fly Saudia, or Saudi Airlines. The Saudis were still gagging in on the game somewhere. In the FA Cup final of 1986. If only we knew that Newcastle would soon be owned by them as a country. Anyway, here comes the ball. It's about to come in. Brucey Gravelar goes to catch it. Jim Beglin heads it back for Bruce Gravelar to come and catch. But Gravelar's a little bit slow off his line. Here comes Sharp trying to get onto it. Gravelar makes a bit of a meal of it. Sort of gets it, sort of doesn't. Sharp absolutely smashes him. No complaints. The ball carries on. It goes to the edge of the box. Now Jim Beglin stood on it with his foot. This is a bit of the chaotic nature of this game. Jim Beglin's got his foot on it. Brucey Gravelar's right next to him saying, let me pick it up, Jim. Let me pick it up. Now, Jim just goes a bit mental and drags it away from Bruce. And now Bruce is looking like, He's miles out of his goal. He's bent over. What's going on? Nobody knows. Everton player, Stevens, coming up to try and nick the ball. Or Steven. There was Stevens and Steven. I can't remember. Again, Jim Beglin's sort of having to tackle everybody. Now Grobbelaar's nowhere near the ball. It's all chaotic. Eventually, Grobbelaar gets it. And Jim Beglin gives him a little pat on the head. And Bruce is not happy with Jim one bit. Gets right in his face. I thought this was crazy. Not the first time we've seen Grobbelaar do this. You might remember the famous one with McManaman about 15 years later. But gets right in Jim Beglin's face, yelling at him. We're still 1-0 down here. Absolutely yelling at him. Liverpool at this point, looking all over the place. But then, even more interesting than that, immediately after yelling at Jim Beglin, Bruce Grobbelaar drops Jim Beglin the ball, and then Jim Beglin just immediately kicks it back to Bruce Grobbelaar to pick up. And I thought that was a little way of Grobbelaar saying to Beglin, like, okay, I've had my moment to shout. Let's forget about it now. I'm going to give you the ball. You give it back to me, and we'll go from there. I just thought it was really weird, like how he just dropped in the ball. He didn't need to at all. There's no 6-second rule or anything like that. Like I said, the pass-back rule is not in effect, so he can pick it up again once Beglin's kicked him it. Just thought, how interesting is that? They had a go at each other, and then Grobbelaar dropped in the ball to pick up. Now, here we see Jan Molby on the ball in loads of space. Ronnie Whelan just made an interception, gave the ball to Jan Molby. This is going to be Liverpool's equaliser. Molby at the absolute heart of it, as he was this whole game. Just dribbles the ball forward, and look at this pass from Molby. It really is genius. You see Rushy making the run into the space. Molby's seen it. He actually ends up playing this ball through this defender's legs as he tries to cut it out. It goes through his legs, straight through to Rush. The weight on it is absolutely perfect. The Great Dane puts in the Welshman. He goes round the goalkeeper, pops it in the empty net. And now what's interesting about this goal, it's given us rushes, but if you watch the video of it, Craig Johnston touches this ball, and I'm 99% certain it's not crossed the line. Now, they gave the goal to Rush, officially, but I'm pretty sure this was Craig Johnston's goal. But nobody bothered. They were just like, oh, Rush has scored. Happy days. Rush scores, and then they put this stat on, and I could not believe my eyes when I saw this stat. Ian Rush, 24 years old, scored in 121 matches for Liverpool at this point. Liverpool have won 101 of them and drawn 19. This is the 121st match, of course, which we also won. Lost none. 0 games lost that Rush has scored in. He scored in 121 games. Do you know how wild of a stat that is? 121 games he's scored in, and we've never lost. This is how good we were in this era. This is how good Liverpool were. 121 games he scored in. We haven't lost. I could not believe that stat when I saw it this morning. Look at the graphic as well. Just drawn, just randomly a bit off centre. Just random sort of placements in a big red box. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, Everton trying to mount an attack. Liverpool trying to deal with it. Alan Hansen running back. Gets the ball. Except no, he doesn't. He clears it. And Graham Sharp, it is Graham Sharp, right? Heads the ball. I think this is Sharp anyway. It's hard to tell the 5 pixels that make up his body. Heads the ball straight from Hansen's clearance. Look at this save from Grobbelaar. He literally legs it from across his box for this header, which was a brilliant header by Sharp, by the way. And Grobbelaar tips it at full stretch over his bar. It's a brilliant save. It really is. He was good in this game, Grobbelaar. And we survive. Now, Liverpool on the ball again at the back, starting to get control of this game after going 1-1. Really starting to get on the ball. And you see us again playing around at the back with the ball. Jim Beglin, great ball down the line to Ian Rush. Actually, a really good ball. And Beglin, I noticed, had a good passing range on him, I've got to say. Played the ball down the line to Rush. Great run from Rush. Ran the channels all game long. Reminded me a little bit, honestly, of Jamie Vardy in this game. The way he just constantly ran in the channels and worked and worked and worked. Didn't even look tired at all at the end. Gets down the line. Plays it in to who? But Jan Molby, again, in the middle. Absolutely brilliant performance from Molby. 22 years old. I'm telling you right now, if he put this performance in today's day and age at 22 years old, centre midfield in the FA Cup final, in a derby, the world would be on fire. I'm telling you. Molby gets the ball, drives into the box, left foot cross, across the box. Dalglish is in there, but it evades him. But it goes to Craig Johnston at the back post, who this time scores an actually legitimate Craig Johnston goal to put Liverpool up 2-1. Brilliant goal, lovely ball down the channel, played inside. Molby, excellent. Johnston at the back post, doing what any good right midfielder should do, crashing in at the back post. Liverpool go 2-1 up. And now, Liverpool really in command of this game. This time, I think it's Ronnie Whelan here on the ball. He's going to play the ball down to Rush. Rush takes a touch. Gets on it, again, running the channels. You see that balloon that Sharp tried to pop in the first half? Still hasn't popped. Still on the pitch. No one bothered. Rush draws some defenders in. Has to go back. Goes to Dalglish. First touch. Sends this defender absolutely to the shops. Brilliant touch from Dalglish. And then the ball comes to who? Yet again, Jan Molby. Once again, driving forward. Look at the feet from Molby. Well, you can't watch it, but takes on a couple players. Gets through into the box. It's absolutely brilliant from Molby. Gets through. Beats all the defenders. Look at him. He's through on goal now. Takes a shot. Unfortunately, gets saved by the goalkeeper. But if he'd have slipped this in at this near post, it would have been one hell of a goal. And it would have been 2 assists and a goal for Jan Molby. He was unbelievable in this game. I can't stress it enough. Look at the time he has when he gets this ball. No concern for being under pressure. Just dribbles through this entire defensive line. As a shot saved. And this is the final move of the game, basically, which creates Liverpool's 3rd goal, the winning goal, the one to seal it, if you like, of this game. So here we are again. This is Whelan on the ball. His influence was growing as the game went on. Really nice play this. Plays it to Johnston. Flicks it on. The ball's in the air. It's just here. Flicks it on with his head. Who's there? Well, Ian Rush, of course, holding it up, takes a good touch inside, plays the ball in midfield. Jan Molby just absolutely striding forward again. Molby takes it forward, cuts through the whole team, plays a great ball down the line. Here we go. This is Ronnie Whelan in loads and loads of space. Brilliant from Molby. Whelan gets in. Dalglish, take note of Dalglish's run. Fantastic, unselfish run. Runs across the box. Brings all the Everton attention over here. And who sneaks in at this back post? Ian Mustache Rush. That wasn't his official nickname. I've just given him that now. Rumbelows the ball into the net for 3-1. Happy, happy days. And that sealed the FA Cup final. And there is Big Al with the trophy. Just been given to him by that random royal woman. Big smile, happy days. Liverpool 3-1. Well, Liverpool 3, Everton 1. 1986 FA Cup final to Liverpool. The 5th team to ever do the double in history of English football. So guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I really do hope you did enjoy a bit of a different type of video once again. Retro Watchalong. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this was a good video or not in the comments. And if you did enjoy it and you want me to make more of them, I absolutely will. But I won't know that unless you tell me. So comment away, like the video as well. That obviously tells me you enjoyed it. Let's see if we can get to that 20 like mark, and click subscribe as well. If this video is something you want to see more of, click subscribe. We've got plenty more Liverpool content coming out over the course of the season. But yes, thank you very, very much for watching, everybody. I will be back with a preview for the Forest game on the weekend, probably on Friday. That video will come out. So until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.